In the 90s, Elizabeth Berkley was determined to take on a role that would solidify her position on screens. She had success in Saved by the Bell, and all she needed was the right movie role to catapult her to even more greatness. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. She ended up taking a role that practically damaged her career. From her dancing days to her Hollywood ban, here are the highlights of Elizabeth Berkley's career. A natural-born dancer. For young Elizabeth, her world revolved around dance, and no one could tell her otherwise. She loved to dance with everything fiber of her being, and it didn't take long before her family noticed it. Elizabeth Berkley was raised in a Jewish family that fostered her love for dance from a young age. She was only 5 years old when she started learning the intricacies of tap and jazz. Her teacher, Barbara Fink, taught her everything she needed to know to stand out at the time. Young Elizabeth also sharpened her ballet skills at the Detroit Dance Company. She poured her heart and soul into every performance, and it wasn't long before she began to receive opportunities to perform in front of crowds. Dancing Swan Lake for over 5 years made her fall even deeper in love with dancing. She didn't stop there. She was able to get roles in community theater, which allowed her to participate in plays such as Gypsy and You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. She spent the bulk of her early years dropping amazing dance performances. However, after a while, the desire for acting flooded her mind, and she began to search for opportunities that would allow her to hone and express her acting skills. She didn't get acting roles immediately, but she worked briefly as a model in Elite's New York division, in print work and TV commercials. Elizabeth Berkley's drive and ambition kept leading her to acting, a dream she had held close to her heart for years. She later attended the prestigious Cranbrook Kingswood School in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, where she continued to hone her skills and prepare for the bright future she knew was waiting for her. An interesting acting career. Despite her intense desire to succeed in the acting industry, Elizabeth was only able to get small roles initially. Her first on-screen role was a minor part in the 1981 film Gimme a Break. She later played a supporting role in the TV movie Frog, but it wasn't until she made the bold decision to drop out of the University of California, Los Angeles, UCLA, after just one semester that her career truly began to take off. Fueled by an unrelenting desire to succeed, Berkley headed to Hollywood, determined to make her mark on the entertainment industry, and she did make her mark. In 1989, Elizabeth Berkley finally landed a role that completely transformed her career. Her role as Jessie Spano in the wildly popular teen sitcom Saved by the Bell would be the beginning of the actress's exploits in Hollywood. She poured her heart into the character, bringing Jessie to life in a way that captivated audiences and made her a household name. It was clear that Berkley was destined for greatness, and her career was only just beginning. For the 4 seasons that she appeared on the show, she undoubtedly impressed her audience. Elizabeth Berkley was known for her energetic and enthusiastic acting style. She had a natural charisma and charm that made her stand out on screen. She later landed several other TV roles that proved just how phenomenal the actress was. Berkley's acting style was marked by youthful exuberance and a willingness to embrace big emotions and comedic timing. Her performances were often praised for their energy and spontaneity, and for the way she brought a sense of relatability and realism to her characters. Berkley's roles were also loved because of her ability to connect with audiences on an emotional level. Whether she was playing a spunky high school student or a quirky best friend, she had a natural warmth and likability that made her characters feel authentic and relatable. In addition to her acting talent, Berkley was also known for her striking beauty and fashion sense. She was often featured in magazines and on red carpets for her unique and stylish outfits, which blended classic and trendy elements in unexpected ways. Elizabeth Berkley's early career was defined by her infectious energy, natural charisma, and relatable performances. Her roles were loved because she brought a sense of authenticity and relatability to every character she played, making her one of the most beloved actresses of her generation. However, the year 1995 didn't come with as much success as she had experienced in the first few years of her career. She played a role that was not received well by the audience, and that was literally the beginning of her downfall in Hollywood. Why was she blacklisted? After several years of gracing screens, Elizabeth Berkley was to play the lead role in a highly anticipated film called Showgirls. By every indication, it seemed like the film was going to perform well and that Elizabeth was going to bring her role to life beautifully. Unfortunately, that was not the case. In fact, this very film would become the very project that would put a pin on Elizabeth Berkley's career. No one, absolutely no one, saw it coming. Elizabeth Berkley's role in the film was that of Nomi Malone, a young and ambitious dancer who moves to Las Vegas with dreams of making it big in the entertainment industry. As she navigates the cutthroat world of show business, she encounters a series of challenges and setbacks, including exploitation and betrayal. Showgirls was a highly anticipated film directed by Paul Verhoeven, known for his provocative and controversial work. A lot of people couldn't wait for the film to be released so that they could witness yet another amazing work by a creative genius. Movie lovers were also excited to see Elizabeth Berkley's performance. However, when the highly anticipated Showgirls was released, the majority of the people who watched it were actually disappointed. Most people who watched the movie claimed that Elizabeth Berkley's performance in Showgirls was highly controversial and polarizing. Many critics and audiences found her portrayal of Nomi to be over the top and melodramatic, with some even calling it cringeworthy. This was not great for the actress, especially because her role in Showgirls was supposed to solidify her position on the big screen. A lot of people criticized the film's explicit content and questioned the message it portrayed. The film was widely panned by critics and audiences alike, with many calling it one of the worst movies of all time. Showgirls bombed at the box office, and this left Elizabeth Berkley's career in shambles. There was no denying that Elizabeth Berkley was an amazing actress with a squeaky clean image in showbiz before her role in Showgirls. Unfortunately, being at the forefront of the movie made a lot of people point fingers at her for the outcome of the movie. That single role damaged her career for life, and movie creators could not trust her with any major roles anymore. The backlash against Showgirls had a profound impact on Berkley's career, and her mental health was certainly threatened. She went from being a celebrated actress in Hollywood to being someone that a lot of producers didn't want to work with. She was effectively blacklisted from Hollywood, with many casting directors and producers refusing to work with her because of the film's negative reception. This led to a significant decline in her acting opportunities and her public profile. Her post-Showgirls career endeavors. For several years after Showgirls, Berkley struggled to find work in the entertainment industry. The film left a stain on the actress's career, and she had to struggle to get it off. After several auditions, she was still unable to land any major role. Most times, she was offered no leading roles, and instead had to settle for supporting or guest starring roles on TV shows and in films. Despite the challenges she faced, Berkley continued to work on her craft and seek out new opportunities. She appeared in several independent films, including Taxman and Moving Malcolm, and landed guest roles on popular shows like CSI Miami and Without a Trace. But the truth remains that the actress's career has never fully recovered from what happened in 1995. She has had to clamor for roles and struggle to revive her career. The actress has been unable to find the success she once had during her days on Saved by the Bell, but she has refused to give up. She is now an advocate for mental health and wellness and is still working on her career. The late Vanessa Marquez was also a victim of blacklisting. Her story will surprise you.